Have you ever pondered on the mystical beauty of the moon and its mention in the Quran, specifically in Surah Al-Qamar? Our journey begins with the 54th Surah, Surah Al-Qamar, a chapter that holds a special place in the Islamic tradition. This surah, named after the moon, is known for its profound messages and its unique place in the rhythm of the Quran. So, are you ready to embark on this enlightening journey? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the verses of this wonderful surah. The surah starts with a fascinating event, the splitting of the moon. But what does it really mean? Let's delve into the first verse of Surah Al-Qamar, which translates to, "The hour has come near, and the moon has split." This verse speaks of a truly magnificent event, an event that according to Islamic belief was a miracle performed by Prophet Muhammad at the request of the Meccans. To understand the profound significance of this verse, we need to journey back in time to 7th century Arabia. The Quraysh, the dominant tribe of Mecca, demanded a miracle from Prophet Muhammad to prove his prophethood. In response, the Prophet pointed towards the moon, and in front of the awestruck spectators, the moon split into two halves. This event is not only mentioned in the Holy Quran, but also finds mention in several hadiths, the collections of the sayings and actions of Prophet Muhammad. One such hadith, recorded in Sahih Bukhari, quotes Anas bin Malik, a companion of the Prophet, describing the moon splitting and how Mount Hira was visible between the two halves. The splitting of the moon was a significant event, not just because it was a miracle, but because it served as a powerful sign. The Meccans who had been requesting a sign were given a monumental one. Yet many remained skeptical and refused to accept the message of Islam. Interestingly, the verse doesn't merely recount a historical event. It's a verse laden with profound implications for the future as well. The verse begins with the words, "The hour has come near," a clear reference to the day of judgment. The splitting of the moon, thus, is not just a miracle from the past, but a sign of the impending day of judgment. Therefore, the verse serves a dual purpose. It confirms a miraculous event and serves as a reminder of the day of judgment. The splitting of the moon is more than just a historical event. It's a sign, a warning, and a reminder of the transient nature of life and the reality of the hereafter. This miraculous event serves as a sign of the day of judgment. Despite witnessing such a miraculous event, the people still rejected the message. Why was that? This question leads us into the heart of our third scene, where we delve into the profound verses 2 to 8 of Surah Al-Qamar. These verses poignantly highlight the disbelief and rejection of the Prophet's message by the people of Makkah. Despite the Prophet's sincere and tireless efforts, the people turned a deaf ear, their hearts hardened by ignorance and arrogance. This was not a mere rejection of the words of a man, it was the outright dismissal of divine guidance and wisdom. The verses reveal the people's skepticism as they dismissed the divine signs as magic or illusions, refusing to acknowledge their authenticity. They questioned the integrity of the Prophet, a man known for his honesty and integrity, casting doubts on the divine revelation he brought forth. But let's look deeper. What does this rejection signify? It's a testament to the human tendency to resist change, to cling to old ways and traditions, even when they are clearly harmful or misguided. It's a reflection of the struggle between faith and doubt, between acceptance and denial of the truth. This rejection was not without consequences. It led to the people's downfall, a stern warning to all those who tread the path of denial and disbelief. They were enveloped in darkness, lost in the wilderness of ignorance, their lives devoid of the light of guidance. However, these verses also serve as a beacon of hope. They convey that the door of repentance is always open, that divine mercy is always within reach, even for those who have strayed far away. So as we reflect on these verses, let's ask ourselves, are we open to divine guidance, or are we too engulfed in our own arrogance and ignorance? Are we seekers of truth or mere followers of societal norms and traditions? These verses remind us of the consequences of disbelief and rejection. Let's remember it's never too late to turn back, to seek forgiveness, and to embrace the path of faith and righteousness. Let's not be among those who witness the signs yet turn away in denial. The surah also recounts the stories of past nations, but what lessons can we draw from these stories? We delve into the verses 9 to 42, where we encounter the narratives of the people of Noah, Ad, Thamud, Lot, and Pharaoh. These are not just tales from a distant past, but lessons and warnings for all of mankind. Let's begin with the story of Noah's people. They were the first to stray from the path of righteousness, rejecting the message of their prophet. Noah warned them of a great flood, but they laughed off his words. It was only when the waters rose that they realized their error, but by then it was too late. From this we learn the value of heeding warnings and respecting the divine words of prophets. Then we encounter the people of Ad, a powerful civilization with great strength and prosperity, yet they were arrogant, believing their might was a testament to their superiority. They dismissed the prophetic call to humility and gratitude, leading to their downfall. Their story teaches us the dangers of arrogance and the importance of humility. Next, we find the people of Thamud, who were gifted with great skills. They carved homes into mountains, a testament to their ingenuity. However, they used their talents not to serve the divine, but to challenge it. Their story is a reminder that our talents and abilities are blessings, to be used for good and not for defiance against the Creator. We then come across the tale of Lot's people, who were known for their immoralities. Despite Prophet Lot's persistent calls for them to return to righteousness, they continued in their sinful ways, resulting in their destruction. Their story serves as a stark warning against immorality and disobedience. Lastly, we learn of Pharaoh, a ruler who declared himself a god and enslaved a nation. His story is one of tyranny, oppression, and the denial of truth. Despite witnessing many signs, Pharaoh remained obstinate, resulting in his downfall. His story teaches us the consequences of tyranny and the importance of recognizing and accepting the truth. In each of these stories, we see a common theme: a rejection of the divine message, leading to downfall and destruction. They serve as cautionary tales, reminding us to heed the words of the prophets, to be humble, to use our talents wisely, to uphold morality, and to stand against tyranny. These stories serve as powerful reminders of the consequences of disbelief and disobedience. They tell us that the path of righteousness is not always the easiest, but it is the one that leads to salvation. As we move forward, let's carry these lessons with us, using them as guides in our journey of faith. The surah concludes with a vivid description of the Day of Judgment. But how does it describe this day? We delve into verses 43 to 55, which paint an intense picture of this pivotal moment. The imagery used here is potent and full of meaning. It speaks of a time when the earth and mountains will be in motion, carried aloft and crushed with a single blow. This is a metaphor for the immense upheaval that the Day of Judgment will bring. The verses continue to describe how every individual will be brought to account for their actions. It tells us that on this day the scales of justice will be set, and no soul will be wronged in the slightest. Every deed, no matter how minute, will be taken into account. This emphasizes the absolute justice of God and the seriousness of this day. The verses also warn those who turn away from the truth, stating that they will be in a state of confusion, running aimlessly, and will be called to prostrate but will not be able to. This creates a stark contrast between the fate of the believers and the disbelievers on this day. Lastly, the verses offer solace to the believers, assuring them that they will be in a secure place, amidst gardens and springs, dressed in fine silk and brocade, facing each other, a picture of serenity and reward after accountability. These verses remind us of the inevitability of the Day of Judgment. In conclusion, Surah Al-Qamar is a powerful surah with many lessons for mankind. The surah begins with the extraordinary event of the moon splitting, a miracle that illustrates the grandeur and power of the divine. Yet this miracle was met with dismissal and rejection, a poignant reminder of human obstinacy in the face of truth. The surah then recounts the tales of past civilizations, each one a testament to the fate of those who turned away from divine guidance. These stories serve as both a warning and a lesson for all of us. Finally, the surah culminates with the Day of Judgment, a day of reckoning that awaits every soul. It's a profound reminder of the impermanence of worldly life and the eternal reality that lies beyond. May the lessons from Surah Al-Qamar guide us in our lives. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of one of the Quran's most intriguing surahs.